We live in a society built on information. It comes in every form, from newspapers to video discs, and it covers every subject imaginable, sometimes in such depth that it takes years to assimilate it all. And then there's the matter of whose version of something is correct. Trying to sort through a mass of opposing viewpoints can leave your head reeling. One subject that has suffered from its share of confusion has been that of auto safety. Fortunately, we have Lisa Barrow to sort through all the opinions and hearsay and find the facts. This week, Lisa brings us an FYI report on bumper crash testing, explaining just what it is and why it's important.
Every year, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety conducts a series of low-speed crash tests. 4 tests are run at 5 miles per hour. The front of the car and rear of the car into a barrier, the front corner of the car into a barrier, and the rear of the car into a pole. This year, tests were run on 22 1991 midsize 4-door cars. It's obvious the Insurance Institute feels these crash tests are important. But why are they important, and what effect are they having on car manufacturers?
There are a number of purposes to these tests. One purpose is to create some pressure on the auto manufacturers to have better bumper designs. The other purpose is to provide information to consumers on the relative performance of different bumper systems. These Hyundai bumpers illustrate one of the problems facing consumers. Externally, it looks just like any other bumper system, and there's no way to know what's underneath it. You can't get underneath the car, for example, and see. But when you take it apart and look what there is, there's nothing. Just a little bit of plastic, and that's all the energy absorption capability there is. That's why that Hyundai does so poorly in these tests.
Obviously, the results of the test were of concern to us. We felt as though we did a good job of complying with the federal standards on the 2.5 mile per hour impact and improved our fuel economy, but it appears that there were other advantages in terms of the consumer that we lost by improving our fuel economy. We have taken action as a result of this. We've gone back and asked for our engineering teams to relook at the bumper design, and I think there may be something that will come out of it that will be a positive response to this issue.
The federal government requires that bumpers provide protection in crashes of at least 2.5 miles per hour, but the Insurance Institute conducts its tests at 5 miles per hour.
The federal requirement for bumpers, which used to be 5 miles an hour, was reduced to 2.5 miles an hour in the early days of the Reagan administration, and it was part of the regulatory relief package offered to various industries. The car industry asked for relief from the 5 mile an hour bumper standard, and that led to the present standard, which is nothing more than a sham. We think that 5 miles an hour is the absolute minimum speed that cars ought to offer protection against unnecessary damage.
In this year's test, these cars finished in the top 5. Honda Accord came out on top with the least amount of damage, followed by the Chevy Cavalier, Toyota Camry, Saturn SL2, and the Mitsubishi Galant. These 5 cars finished at the bottom of the list with the most amount of damage. Mazda 626, Oldsmobile Ciera, Pontiac 6000, Subaru Legacy, and Hyundai Sonata.
Everybody understands the problem of fender bender crashes. We've all experienced them. The point is that so much of the damage that occurs in those crashes is unnecessary.
For a complete report on these crash test results, write to Bumpers, P.O. Box 1420, Arlington, Virginia, 22210, or call 703-247-1500. All information is free of charge.